Realized I don't have any music going. Let me get that fixed. Okay, there we go. Got some music going. Thank you, Stream Elements bot. I'm glad you always got me. Okay, let me let people know that I'm live on Twitter. Okay. I think I got everybody informed about the stream. Posted about it in Discord. Okay. Hello, Nabiru. I'm just getting distracted. I meant to just go post, and then I got distracted by... I got distracted by Twitter. Let's move over to the actual streaming setup. Okay. You're here too? Nice to see you, Silva. Okay. Oh, let's see. Where's my model? There's my model. So how was everybody's week? Yu-Gi-Oh's being extra odd lately. I'm glad I didn't really keep up with it then. I know that, like, I saw some posts where someone was talking about... Well, yeah, a lot of the stuff that's really supporting Yu-Gi-Oh, like, for a big bulk of players is nostalgia. Because Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have set rotation, so it is theoretically possible to still play the same deck that you used to play like 10, 15 years ago. As long as it keeps getting new support to keep it relevant. So, like, one of my friends said, you know, the thing that's really supporting Yu-Gi-Oh right now is nostalgia. But then again, they said that years ago when the gadgets started getting more support. And it's a thing where, like, that's absolutely what's, like, and that causes this interesting, conundrum, I guess. When you have this big chunk of the player base that's only really playing because they're old decks that they used to love from way back in the day are getting support, but none of that support makes them like tier 1. It makes them like fun decks, maybe tier 2. Then they go to tournaments and they face actual tier 1 decks being piloted by, I mean, there's no other way to say it, but like tryhards who are in there for like, who are like actually playing the game, I guess, as intended. And they get raffle stomped and they get mad at what this new Yu-Gi-Oh is. Novak's Prayer. Let me look that up. It says Novak's Prayer is a ritual spell to summon Skull Guardian. Skull Guardian has no effect. It's cool art. But yeah, so when you have those two groups colliding, right? And I think a lot of that is okay. I think there's this problem that you run into a lot with Yu-Gi-Oh, where like a lot of the most powerful cards are really powerful because they're generic. They're not locked into whatever archetype they're supposed to be a part of, that they're designed to work with, right? And them making so many generic cards, so many really strong generic boss cards, like the generic synchros, the generic EZs, and all that stuff that can be made with any type of material, led to the rise of what we used to call pile decks. And they used to be very niche back in the day because there wasn't as much generic support. But now there's so much generic support that like you pretty much have to play a pile deck if you want to keep up in the meta. Like any deck that you look at nowadays has, so a pile deck is a deck that is a pile of different engines. You boil down any mechanic or archetype to the smallest number of cards you have to run in the deck in order to get those cards on the field in order to achieve their mechanic, and you just pile up a bunch of those engines that interact with each other to just generate advantage and outpower your opponent or work around blocks and stuff. But I mean, right now the goal is to make it unbreakable board. And yeah, that's like one thing that like for some people, Yu-Gi-Oh is fun because of the rise of pile decks and how creative you get to be. It gets to be this ultimate form of self-expression. But that only really works if the other player is also playing something of a comparable level. Because if they're not, it's just brutality. Like, you just keep playing and then like raffle stomp them. And your big stony cousin Nibiru. But yeah, it's like it's just a thing, I guess. Like yeah, looking at some of the stuff, like I still keep up kind of with some of the archetypes, right? I don't play, I don't collect. Yeah, there are some really insane combos. And like, it's funny, I've heard people talk about both ironically and unironically that they think Yu-Gi-Oh should be seen as like an Olympic sport or like some kind of a more recognized sporting event because of the amount of skill it takes to pilot one of these decks and the amount of skill it takes to design one of these decks. Like if you're designing your own deck, there's an entire level of effort and skill. But like if you are operating one of these pile decks, you have to know all of these different interactions. Like, and there's so many super specific rulings. There are so many in Yu-Gi-Oh! There are so many confusing and poorly worded rulings. Like, okay, you know the kaiju monsters. that let you tribute a monster off your opponent's side of the field in order to summon themselves. The Kaiju tribute effect does not target. And it doesn't say anywhere in the effect that you have to target a thing. And I used it on my opponent whenever I used it on my roommate when he had his field spell out that made his monsters untargetable. He's like, you can't target. I'm like, I'm not targeting it. This is a cost to summon it. I didn't explain it as a cost to summon. I'm like, no, it doesn't target, because I didn't want to go through it all. And you'd think, since you're picking a thing to get tributed, that you're targeting it. And it just plays these semantics games. And I like those semantics games used to be my life. Yeah. It's just there to remove a monster. That's the only reason I play it. Just to get monsters, just to get my opponent's monsters off the board. Some insane combos that make you wonder how someone came up with them. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's see if there's any cool stuff on the internet. All the hoops you jump through to summon. Imagine getting hit with Bishalka, a synchro that needs 2 level 8s, 1 being a tuner. Then you get out a monster to give the synchro to an enemy. Then you summon Machu Mech to burn them for Bashilkin's attack. Yeah. I don't even know what that monster is, but it sounds terrifying. A levelless synchro? Isn't that just a white link monster? It does bug me a little bit that like Link monsters are essentially just blue synchros that don't require tuners. That sounds like that old joke about what was it? Multiply plus Karibo. Yugi used in the anime where he made infinite Karibos. Also, has anyone been playing Monster Hunter Now? The new mobile game made by Niantic? It just came out, and I've been kind of looking forward to it, and my friend like was like, "Hey, are you playing the game?" And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know it had come out yet." Yeah, I haven't touched Pokemon Go in years. So I'm like, apparently, you know, I've heard Pokemon Go kind of went downhill and became very much pay to win or pay to play. So I just haven't really engaged with it. And a lot of people are saying that the thing with Monster Hunter Now is that it is it's like early Pokemon Go, which was really fun and really playable, even if you don't pay for anything. And I can really appreciate that. The one thing is like your damage doesn't heal at the end of the fight, and your damage heals the damage you take heals slowly over time. So you use potions in order to refill your HP, and you can't hunt monsters if you don't have enough HP, and you lose HP when you get hit, obviously. But I think the main thing that they're selling are potions to use for getting more refills of your HP, which means you can take more damage. And the other thing they're selling are the gems that you can cash in order to double the rewards you get for each monster you hunt. And as someone put it, it's like, if the thing that is time gating you, the thing that's holding you back from playing the game, is based entirely on skill, then that makes it a lot more fair of a game. Like, if you have enough skill, you can play this game and hunt monsters without taking damage, and then just not need more potions and not interact with that entire mechanic. I do resent that they started everyone with the sword and shield. I know it's the stereotypical starter weapon, but like, one of the things I love about Monster Hunter was that, like, in the start of the game they give you one of each weapon, and you can choose which way you want to play from the very beginning. In Monster Hunter Now, you have to unlock the weapons as you go, and you unlock them in a certain order as you level up, and I'm like, that just sounds like obnoxious. But like, I've been playing a little bit because there's a resource point, a Pokemon gym, one of those spots in the church behind my house. So I still play. So I still tried playing and doing some Monster Hunter Now, and then I went out today in order to pick up some groceries and stuff. So I took my phone with me, and I played a little bit while I was out and about. The whole mechanic is that you see monsters and resources as you're traveling. And I have adventure mode turned on, which consumes more battery power. But what it does is, it has my Palico, your cat helper, throw paintballs at certain monsters. Has a limited number of paintballs. Right now it's only 3. That it can throw at monsters that you travel past, and then you can go back and hunt those monsters anytime you want within the next 2 days. So it's like saving them up for later, and you can have up to, at least the point I'm at, you can have up to 8 paintball monsters. And the paintballs refresh every day. You also get a number of paintballs you can manually throw. So if you're walking, you see a monster, you can manually throw a paintball instead of waiting for your cat to do it. I did that a couple times, and I still have a few saved up fights. I tried playing one earlier and it like froze, and I'm wondering if there's some kind of bug with the game. I enjoy most of the gameplay. I wish that they didn't start us with Sword and Shield. I just wish, like, especially because, like, in the Monster Hunter, like, community, Sword and Shield is known for the fact that it can use items without sheathing its weapons. So it normally does the wide range, free meal, fast eating combo, where it's just playing a support and constantly eating stuff in order to provide buffs and healing to the team. So in a single player setting, it's very interesting. Sorry, it's something on my ear. In a single player setting, it's very interesting to see Sword and Shield be used for primarily its combat purposes. I think it's also funny that, like, even though you walk around and travel, you only see new monsters as you unlock them. So, like, at first, all you see is Jagras. Then you unlock Kula-Yaku. Then you unlock Barioth. Then, well, somewhere in the middle there, I think you unlock Pookie Pookie. I think that's all that I've unlocked so far where I'm at. I think there's like 13 monsters. But yeah. Anyway. Let's get rolling. Let's get to the gameplay of tonight's stream. The point of tonight's stream. All right. That's funny. Jobs be asking for 3 references, and I think I might start doing the same. Let me talk to 3 happy employees, please. Okay, see if there's any other cool memes. Aww. Oh my gosh, I found this funny meme where someone had posted on their door a notification that was like a letter that said, you know, dear neighbor, our kid reached his grade goal, and because of that, we bought him the drum set he's been asking for. Here are the hours he's going to be playing. You know, we're really annoyed, but we didn't think he was going to accomplish that grade point average, but he put in the work and he pulled it off. And he's really passionate and yada yada. Here's some, like, what are they giving, like tequila, you know, in order to bear with the pain of the sound of our kid playing his drum set. And I'm like, if you did that for all of your neighbors, especially if you're in an apartment complex, like that would get, I mean, it's probably not an apartment complex. It's probably like a suburb or something, because I can't imagine anyone in an apartment complex getting a drum set. Like that just sounds like asking for trouble. Like you need more than a bottle of tequila to make that okay. Okay. Oh. All right. Oh, before we get started, have any of you heard about the whole controversy with the game engine Unity? It's a game engine that's used for developing video games and other software, like my VTubing software, vMagic Mirror, the one that I use. It's weird. I say my because it's the one that I'm using, but I didn't actually make it. But like anyway, the VTubing software that I use, vMagic Mirror, is powered by Unity as well. And Unity is announced that they're planning to have some kind of they're having this like fee that they're planning to charge all of their customers, well, not all of their customers, but their qualifying customers, based on how many downloads their product has had, right? Because they're like, hey, you know, we want to get a share of your success. And I'm like, people are paying for the Unity engine. If you're paying for the engine, you shouldn't have to keep paying some kind of like a royalty tax every time. Sorry, I'm adjusting my chair. And it's absolutely ridiculous what Unity is pulling. And like there are games that are like, well, we can't afford to keep operating at that point. Like, what is it? Cult of the Lamb was like a really popular game that was built on Unity, and they're like, well, if you like this game, get it now, because we're taking it down January 1st when this comes into play, because, you know, we can't afford to pay the fees. And especially when like they're talking about they want to track how many times the Unity runtime is downloaded, right? And everyone's like, wait a second, hold on, that's a privacy concern. How do you know how many times this stuff is downloaded, right? They're like, does the Unity runtime phone home every time it's downloaded? Like, that's a huge security risk. If you're telling me that this program contacts your servers every time it gets downloaded so you can track this. And they're like, no, that's totally not what happens. We just have this great proprietary top secret method for estimating how many times your program has been downloaded that we totally won't share with you or be transparent about. Completely just trust us that we got the right number, and we're gonna charge you based on our estimates. And I'm like, it's weird because, like, I live in the US, and US taxes work on a similar method of the government has an estimate of how much they think that you've earned based on, but it's actually based on data that they collect. But they still say that instead of just charging you based on their estimate, they say you have to file your information, and then they compare it to their estimate. As long as it's within a certain margin based on what they're expecting, they'll let it go. So, like, this feels like that, but worse. Where, like, they're going to be like, we're just going to charge you based on our estimate of stuff without you having any kind of input. And for things like vMagic Mirror, that is a very powerful tool that has a free version and a paid version. I'm wondering how they're going to operate, because, like, so many people use the free version of vMagic Mirror. So many people use the free version of vMagic Mirror, and, like, it's just gonna, like, is it just gonna, like, fade out? Is it gonna stop getting supported? Like, is its page on Booth gonna get taken down? Am I gonna stop getting updates? Like, I keep meaning to buy the full version, but, like, the hand tracking isn't super great, but I still want to, like, support the developer, because the developers made so many of my VTubing dreams come true, right? Anyway, let's get to the gaming part of tonight's stream. I just wanted to share that because, like, it could be advanced cookies, Nabiru. It's like, it's really bizarre because they are claiming that their estimate is based on how many times the the Unity runtime of framework or whatever you call it gets downloaded. And, like, it's one of those things, like, my theory is that if you download something and it's connected to, if you download a Unity game and it's connected to the internet, it actually secretly phones home, but they don't want to publicly admit that their system is such a huge security risk. That's my theory. That, like, there's actually some part of this that phones home that that they're tracking, especially when they said they're also even tracking illegal downloads and pirated copies, and people are still getting charged for pirated copies. I'm like, yo, that's just scummy. Excuse me. Anyway, let's get the game rolling. Where is... There it is. But yeah, like there's so many games that like were using the Unity engine that are now getting scrapped. It's really sad. Okay. Okay, let's get rolling. Closing Chrome in order to free up some processing power. Oh, would help me get to the loading screen. I'm running around as Shauna. Okay, alrighty. Okay. That's a funny interaction. Where do I want to go? There's so much exploring to do on the ship. Once for green spinach, 3 times for red carrots, 5 times for white radishes, 7 times for big cabbage. Let's try playing this chopping mini game. Oh, I lost by 1 piece. I lost by 1 piece. If I'd finished that cabbage, I would have won. Okay. All right. I'm gonna laugh if like there's nothing to win from this. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Ooh, I was close. I won. I'll take that win. And I had almost twice as much chopping. Person. One gold, one gill or whatever. Okay. Or Maru. Well, the wind is fast. If she gets, that'd be very difficult to find her. Hey, Okusen, how are you doing? have been I've been busy. Like, I got a new bed the other day. Hold on. All right. Sailing logbook. So yeah, I got a new bed. And I've been trying to go out and be active and be proactive, going places and doing things. And you know, being more, but it takes a lot out of me. Like I just like passed out whenever I got home after I got stuff done today. Wondering if this is where oh, that's where the captain is. I want to go find Dart. But yeah, I was just so tired. Like, I stream started at 8:30 and it was like 7:45. 7:40, 7:45, and I was still in bed. And I was just dragging. I didn't have time to make any food. I'm gonna have to get some food after stream. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. I know Dart's there, so before I talk to Dart, I'm gonna go, because that's probably gonna cue the next thing for the story. So I'm gonna go explore below decks before I start that. I find it funny that Dart's allowed on the bridge. He's the de facto leader-ish type person of our crew, even though Rose is the most experienced Dragoon. Oh, there was only one place down here. It's funny for her to say, have you seen Dart to Congo when she just found him? Okay, so that's all there was there. I'm going to save again now that I've talked to everybody. I don't know if it's going to trigger anything. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. How was your week, Okusen? I haven't talked to you in like a week. It's okay. I get it. I live that ADHD life. I haven't found a single Stardust. Your week was long and painful. Oh no, what happened? Got a lot of love. Oh, it was your birthday? That's great. Hold on. Pause for a second. Pause for a second. It was your birthday? We gotta sing happy birthday for Okusen. It's a we gotta take a moment in order to pause and say happy birthday to Okusen. Okusen's like, no, please don't. Okusen's like, please no. Happy cringed. No, I'm not gonna subject you to actually hearing me sing. Well, I mean, okay. I used to be very proud of my singing. I was involved with music for most of my youth. Not that I'm not still young, but you know what I mean. And but yeah, I won't subject you to the happy birthday song. I know how torturous that can be. Okay, I've talked to everyone except Dart. But yeah, happy birthday to you, Okusen. Oh, so it's like 9:30. I don't want to wake people up by singing. Poor Dart. He's such a dense protagonist. He's still. This is that meme where she's like, I bet he's thinking about other women. He's like, no, I'm still thinking about the black monster. So Rose is right up there, but I want to go talk to everybody as Dart. Yeah. So I'm gonna go talk to everyone because I know Rose is upstairs and that's who he's looking for. So I don't like the thing you're supposed to do is like run upstairs and go talk to Rose immediately. Oh, it only has catapults? Is he thinking about Shauna? That's funny. Yeah, they are perfect for that meme. I saw a review someone did of this game a while back where they're like, it's totally just a playable anime. I'm like, yeah. It's got all the tropes of an anime. Got Genshin, but no gacha pulls. Yeah. Also, I think Genshin Impact was made with Unity too. So like, if Unity goes through with their proposed things, Genshin Impact is gonna get slapped with a massive thing because they're saying it's gonna be retroactive in perpetuity, all that stuff. It's gonna get hit with a not fine, but a massive fee, and like, people are wondering what that's gonna do to Genshin. Like, cause isn't the whole thing about Genshin that it's a freemium game where it's free to play, but then you can pay for like gachas and stuff? Like, that entire model goes out the window. The entire freemium model that and so this is one thing that actually kind of like intrigues me, right? The entire freemium model that gaming has been exploring recently goes out the window for games developed with Unity. So bouncy. We're in a giant steel steamboat. Yeah, it's but the success threshold isn't that hard to meet, and it's a thing where like what is it like for I know some game developers it's 200,000 downloads and $200,000 made, and for other games, oh, it's for the low end, for the stuff, the low end version of Unity, it's like $200,000 and 200,000 downloads is the thing that you have to beat before it starts charging you. And then if you have the pro version of Unity or whatever, it's 1 million downloads or $1 million made before they start counting everything for you. And like the fact that they're not being open with how they're tracking these numbers, and it's kind of a just trust me, bro, I'm tracking, I know what it is. My theory is that there is secretly some code in all Unity games that phones home every time you do a download. But they don't want to admit that because that would be a huge security flaw. That would be a huge security breach if they admitted that the Unity runtime phones home every time it gets downloaded. Hey. But I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that like, there's no doubt in my mind that Genshin's going to meet the, because yeah, I think Genshin's made with Unity. So like, there's no doubt in my mind that like Genshin is going to meet the requirements to get charged. And like, the thing is, there are so many gamers that hitting like a game getting popular and breaking 1 million downloads, and the other thing is they're counting, what was it, somebody explained it in a video essay, they're counting your gross before costs. So like when somebody said, hey, what was it? The whole $20,000 thing, what if it cost you $20,000 to make your game? Then you paid $20,000 to make your game. You make $20,000, you're about to start making profit, and then you get hit with a and then you start getting hit with an extra fee that puts you right back in the hole. Yeah, it's an absolute mess. I was wondering if she was going to say that Rose is up in the crow's nest because she actually saw Rose up there. But one funny thing with Unity doing this move is it's kind of pulling a D&D, a Wizards of the Coast, where when WotC did the OGL thing and did this huge scare, even though WotC walked back what they did, it caused irreparable damage to their brand image, and it started encouraging huge swaths of the D&D player base to start exploring other games. It kicked off the development of other fantasy games to rival D&D. It got all these other people working on their own games instead of continuing to use D&D. I've seen people in light of the whole Unity thing advertising some of the smaller or lesser known game engines to be like, hey, maybe you should give these smaller, lesser known game engines a try. Like I saw someone talking about Godot and like someone talking about some open. Is Godot open source? They were talking about. I saw someone talking about some kind of open source. I remember someone talking about Godot, and I remember someone talking about an open source game engine, but I don't remember if they were the same person. Okay, so yeah, it was the same person. But yeah, it's like, I think it'll be interesting. And right now, a lot of the games I think are unifying and like speaking out. People are making announcements, and saying stuff against Unity. But like, I'm just wondering, where does it end? Like, does Unity just go down in flames? And you know what's even really funny, Okusen? If you remember, they're developing an RPG Maker using Unity. RPG Maker Unite. That is in early access right now. It's only available through the RPG Maker Unite website. And it's an early release version that is receiving updates, and they're still working on it. And that's set to release on Steam whenever it gets the full release. So I'm like, are they even gonna keep developing that? Are they gonna like, I don't know how many early release copies RPG Maker has sold, because it's not like it's a limited release. People have been making tutorials about it. So like, people are using RPG Maker Unite. So like, how are people going to feel if it's like they pay $100 for their game engine for RPG Maker Unite, because it's like $99. And then they also have to pay that Unity fee if their game gets popular. Like, you're living the dream. You have that moment where your game gets popular. Some streamer plays your game on stream, and like you get 1 million downloads right off the bat, and it's like this magical moment where you're just like, oh, yes. And then all of a sudden you get an email from Unity being like, hello there. Bonjour. Your wallet are belong to us. Yes, the bonjour. Oh my gosh, now we're controlling Rose. We're just running through the characters. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And like one thing I saw one commenter talk about was like a game going viral can break that can hit that cap really easily. Like someone was talking about the Sword Art Online light novels. And how in the light novel it sold like 1 million copies or whatever for the test group or something, or like on day one there was like 1 million users, and like the commenter was talking about how like for light novels, for books, selling 1 million copies is huge. Right, that's a huge astronomical number on day one to have sold on your first day of release, right? For video games, not so much. That's like middle of the pack, maybe. And so like, yeah. Oh, so the person she has to talk to is Hashtel. So, okay, fun fact about this game from when I was a kid, right? Rose's character is wearing a choker that allows her that stops her from aging, right? And when I played this as a kid, she got to a point where she's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna live life. I'm gonna take off this choker, and then she started laughing, and she was like, I haven't laughed in centuries, right? Or something like that. And me, as a little kid, I didn't know what a choker was. So I am like, so I'm imagining like a thing that chokes you. So I'm like, is a choker something that stops you from laughing? Because I didn't realize she meant that the choker was what made her immortal. I think I asked my mom if a choker was something that stops you from laughing, and she was just like, what? Actually, hold up. It's funny. Maru wants to hang out with everyone. Rose is like, sure, I'll hang out with you. Let's go train. And Maru's like, never mind. Come on. There we go. Yeah, at least she said choker and not collar. But I think, like, for a kid with my critical thinking skills, putting two and two together, because she said she took off the choker and instantly started laughing, and was like, "I haven't laughed in so long." Blah 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 blah. I think my assessment wasn't terrible. It's weird. The birds flew away as soon as I talked to Shauna. They didn't come back, so I'm wondering if that means that it activated something. Everybody else will leave Hastral alone. Oh no, now we're gonna pilot Hastral? Did she straight up kill her sparring partner? Yikes. Man, looking for Congo. I think it's funny that like whenever these characters talk to the women, like this character's like, oh yeah, we'll be fine. We're the strongest ship in the blah, blah, blah. Talks to a man, he's like, listen, we're completely screwed. So he wants to look for Congo. Are we gonna control everybody going through this? That's funny. Like you normally see the like the martial artist being actually a poet and like well spoken and stuff to like belie how much they fight with their fists. Like Hastrel's just like, I'm bad at poems. Let's see what Hastrel says to Muro. So this is another one where that guy says something like really like, oh yeah, we've got to break the speed limit to girls, but to guys, he's just like, yo, if we go any faster, it's going to be dangerous. Let me see something real quick, actually. Okay, so she just says two things. Let me see if I can find her out here. Okay. The first is tell the Commodore. Second is bring the parts. Okay. Oh my gosh, running around, talking to people. That's funny, he's got a special line for Kongo. I think Alfred's the last person that I need to talk to. Okay. I think this might be funny just to see Kongo try chopping. I want to see how that goes. Just because I think it'll be funny. Okay, come on. Oh my gosh. Hey Tibonius, playing Legend of Dragoon. I was doing a mini game and lost terribly. Right now, the characters are traveling on a ship, and they're just talking to each other and having like character development and exposition and stuff. How you doing, Tibonius? Did you have any of those one shots tonight? I know there was like a bunch of like people are planning to do a bunch of stuff for the D&D group. I'm just trying to talk to everyone to see if anybody has any cool, unique lines. So I'm kind of just running around talking to everybody with everybody. Oh, did you have a fun party? It's great. Should have gone in with Dart, because Dart probably could have stuck his hand in there. All right. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for Drone to be strategizing against the other party members. That's not what Drone does. In case of what? Like, our party is very disjointed. And it makes for some very interesting role play and some unique scenarios. Oh, that guy's standing on top of steps or something. That's why I was like, why is that guy seeming almost as tall as Congo? But it's perspective. Yeah, now Congo is much taller now that they're standing on the same floor. I don't know what Kevin's getting revenge for. Like, for his, maybe for his room being broken into. I can see that. That's why before we leave Ormer, Joan. That's true. Yeah. That's why before we leave Ormer, Drone is moving all his stuff to moving all his stuff to shield. Well, all of the stuff he's not carrying with him, like the Ultra Sword, some personal effects, because that's not just going to be a tavern inn. That's going to be his house. That's going to be where he lives. For now. Okay. So I got a few unique dialogue lines for Kongo. Okay, that'll be interesting. I got some couple unique dialogue lines. Yes, this is definitely a classic game. I just want to see if okay, I knew where I needed to go and I could have just run straight here, right? But I wanted to see if there's any cool dialogue lines. Ooh, that's a good question. What is friends? Now I have to go talk to somebody as Albert. He's the only one I haven't talked to people as. Oh, Albert's has to go check on Maru. Okay. Oh my gosh, she's in love with one of the characters. I already talked to him about the Phantom ship. Oh yeah, Maru's the other one I haven't done because I always forget her because I don't have a Dragoon Spirit for him, her. My brain is fried. Where I'm staying, there was a leak. It got dealt with. Kind of. It's not leaking. It wasn't so much a leak as much as, well, like there was some dampness, but the main reason there was the water coming through was because I'd left the window cracked open, and I didn't think a lot of water was going to get in, but a lot more water than I expected got in. I put a bucket underneath where it was dripping. Like, water came in, got all over some of the piping, and was just dripping down. So I had to put a bucket underneath where it was dripping, and it's okay. I had a hole in my air mattress, so I just got a replacement air mattress the other day. That's nice. We just didn't want to give him more dialogue. Yeah, that's good. Went grocery shopping today. Oh, I don't want to move up. I meant to move down. No. Okay. I'm also very curious about the glowing chickens. That'll be interesting to learn more about the glowing chickens. Oh, I didn't get to Congo. I thought he would have to talk to her. Okay, he does stuff to talk to her. Okay. It's gonna be go tell the Commodore? Yeah, go report to the Commodore. Should have reached in there with Dart because Dart's immunity to fire would have allowed him to reach through there. Okay. Bouncing around Maru. Maru's gonna be an instigator if she talks to that guy. If she talks to that guy who's obsessed with Shauna, Maru's gonna be like the ultimate instigator. Okay, now let's go talk to Kongal. Then I'll go up and talk to Maru and trigger the next event in the game. Let's see what Kongal's dialogue is. Let's see if these guys have anything, because like Albert's a king. I'm wondering if they have any special dialogue with him. Nope, they're just hardworking. Actually, yeah, I don't think there's any way to make that crate drop down. All right, let's go talk to Maru, and then I think once I talk to Maru, it'll probably get to the next event. But she's the only one that hasn't interacted yet. Alright, so she wants to hang out with Dart. That's probably going to end the cycle of stuff. Let me see if they say anything cool. Or if her wingly powers let her reach into... Nope. No. Usually everybody has 2 lines of dialogue, so that's why I end up pressing it twice. This is going to be the Commodore thing. Ooh, check the pressure. This guy is 3 sets of dialogue. There's check the pressure, tell the Commodore, and get the parts. Come on. There we go. Okay. It's that standard RPG thing where you want to check every corner to see if there might be a hidden secret there. Yeah, exactly, Nabu. You got to check every corner. Yep. Check every corner. I want to see what Maru says to this guy. Oh, so he has different dialogue versus if he runs into you with his broom versus talking to you. Okay. It's also funny to see how all of them look at the ship's log. Or Maru. It's hard to believe that over the course of 5 years of streaming, I still haven't even gotten 30 hours in this game. Okay, something about Linus. Alright, so now let's go talk to Shauna, and then go from Shauna to go talk to Rose, and then from Rose to Dart. What do you mean you haven't? You just saw him on the in the captain's in the bridge. Let's see if I'll even get to Rose. Oh, I haven't talked to Hashtal. Okay. Okay, let me go up here before I talk to Dart. Poor Maru, she's like, there's something wrong with all of these people. I'm gonna... But she still keeps sticking around. Okay. Who am I gonna say? Like, I know it's Maru. But Maru's also the only one who would do that. All of the other ones are too serious. And you'd know if it was Kongal. His hand would be the size of your face. I'm gonna guess right and see what happens. Just spent the whole time running around talking. Ooh, new dialogue. let me save first. Then I'll talk to everybody. Gotta talk to everybody one more time. At least I think it's one more time. One more time. Ooh, new dialogue. The things I do for new dialogue. Okay. Feel like that switch right there is going to lower that crate and it's going to have an item in it. I just don't know how to get there. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. This is an FF14. You don't press triangle to jump. I want to see if I can double team the cooking challenge. Let's see if I can win this Julianne challenge. Okay, come on. Oh my gosh, I got completely... I did way more chopping, but I got completely blown out of the water. One G. One gold piece. What do they call money in this game? Gold. Okay. Just the generic gold. Actually, let's go this way and go talk to the people in the engine room, see if they have any cool dialogue options. Hey. Oh, you can't reach in there and pull a Stardust out? I was hoping Dart would be able to reach in and pull a Stardust out. I've talked to everybody below decks. Alright. Gonna talk to everybody. I'm probably going to save before I talk to Rose. After I've talked to everybody else. Just... Oh, this guy. Okay. So all that's left, I'll talk to the... I already talked to the captain and stuff before I left. So all that's left is to talk to Rose. Let me save before I talk to Rose. In case that triggers the fight with the, in case that triggers a fight with the Sea Serpent. Or the Phantom Ship. Or is this a thing where I'm going to have to go and talk to everybody? I think I already checked on Hashtel. Maru doesn't understand it because Maru has zero thoughts, head empty. I want to see what this macho navigator says. The guy who's trying to be macho to impress the girls. They're just whispering right behind her. Ooh, phantom ship, phantom ship. These cutscenes still kind of hold up. Like, they're not bad for PS1 graphics. Oh no, we're bound together. You hit the phantom ship. Oh no, not the healer. Did they kidnap the healer? Why are there knights? Ghost Knights protected Shauna. Okay. I guess I'll level up Albert. He has a defensive ability. He's not bad. I know I should be focusing. Like, I should be focusing on my main team of Dart, Kongal, Shauna. That is what I should be focusing on. But there's still part of me, because it's a casual playthrough, there's part of me that wants to level all of them up. I'm going to keep working on Kongal because I want to get up his Dragoon level. I don't know how useful Kongal is going to be on here. Too low. Whoops. Too early. I should make a Kongal-based character. Do like some shenaniganry, like basically he'd essentially be a Goliath barbarian. Okay. There we go. I've already saved. I did save, right? It's like, all right, Silva, good night. I want you to know that I think that you're amazing, Silva. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being great. Yeah, I just did that one. Yep. All right. All right, so let's change up the music a little bit. Like I normally like to do, I'm going to switch over to the holiday playlist because I enjoy a little bit of holiday cheer. Need to get me a spooky playlist. That's on the list of things I want to do. Get a spooky playlist for October. Oh, cool. There was an NCS Halloween mix. Somebody made an NCS Halloween mix for 2019. Let's see if there's anything. All right. I'll have to check this out. NCS Halloween mix. I'll do that for as we get closer to spooky month. All right. Halloween is already here, of course. All the decorations and weird candies already in stores. You're right. Right when it ends, Christmas will be next. Yep. I mean, we're going into a crazy holiday season. Ooh, that I just farted really hard. Oh, apparently Oppenheimer is still doing strong at the box office. I never saw it. I don't know why, but I'm just watching this video of a neutrophil chasing down this bacteria, and it's like almost like I feel like you could have like Looney Tunes soundtracks as the bacteria run around in order to try to get the drop on getting away from the neutrophil. Oh, did you see Nabaru? Did you see all the memes about Kyo from Niji Sanji? Got a new art that Holiday Cluster is still a perfect fitting song for this time of year. Okay. But did you hear about Kyo from Niji Sanji? Got a new model, got a new look that's like older. That's like 15 centimeters taller or something. And he's like taller and older and more mature looking or something. And like it was causing a whole stir a few hours ago whenever it happened. It was really funny. Because like apparently he was like, cool, you know, thank you to everyone who made this possible, blah 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 blah, and like being all cool about it. But Anna Alouette, who is like super petty, was just like, bestie, my bleep, where's my glow up? And apparently he was talking some stuff about like, you know, thanks to Anna for always being supportive, or something about saying that Anna was always like a really good friend to him, right? And like Anna was like, no, screw you. you got the glow up. I'm still looking like a kid, and because Anna's model's very petite, and they both used to be the same height, Anna and Kyo, but then Kyo hit his growth spurt. Oh, Onigiri did a health checkup in Japan. Yeah, Gil and Anna have been a dynamic duo for a while now. So it's really funny that Kyo hits the growth spurt and all of a sudden Anna's like, no, you've abandoned me. I was watching this indie VTuber, I don't know their name, but they were doing a cooking stream, right? And someone came in, first time viewer, was like flat, and in a super chat or something, and she just like, and the VTuber was like, blah 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 blah, because you could see that she was flat, like you couldn't see her face because of how the camera was set up because it was a cooking stream, but you could see her body, and she's like, I'm not flat, blah 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 blah, and it was like doing the whole rigmarole, and then she went off camera for a second, and she came back in camera, and she had taken, I think it was like newspaper. It was something crinkly. It was either newspaper or like trash bags, and like stuffed them in her shirt. And she's like, now I have to do the rest of the stream like this so I can show off how big my boobies are. And then she kept trying to go through with the cooking stream, and then at some point, the stuff, whatever she had, started to fall down, and she's like, oh no, I am now suffering from the pain of being lopsided. Uh, let's see. Let's check the Book of Faces, see if there's anything cool to talk about there. Oh my gosh. So, hold on, let me show this meme. What feels right? Hold on. Would you take 200 cash for it today? 250, it's yours. 225, 230, and a 10-piece chicken and a 10-piece McNugget. That's the best counter offer I've ever heard. What kind of sauce do you want? Ah, yes, the negotiator. Your negotiation ends in nuggies. You've won the negotiation. You put something in meme chat? What'd you put in meme chat, Nabiru? Oh, the two of them being forced to be like a truth or like because of truth or dare, having to do a dare from Millie. Okay, that probably happened in some kind of in a stream or something. All right. Okay. Ooh, apparently they've announced that Sephiroth will be a fully playable character in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, probably during some flashback scenes. This is interesting. So someone I respect very much posted a picture on Facebook. I'm not gonna share it because I'm not entirely sure I agree with it. But it is trying to make a connection between the development of agriculture and human society in ancient human societies being directly connected to the development of warfare. And listing all these things that developed because humans settled down and began growing food and developing things and farming and having domesticated animals, and that as that happened, it led towards war. And this the analogy they make is the fruit of good and evil certainly wasn't an apple, but their current hypothesis was that it was instead wheat and grain. And I'm like, I don't know entirely how to feel about that, because like on the one hand, there's a lot of logic there, but on the other hand, I feel like so much good has been developed by developing agriculture and advancements in society. It has that I want to believe that it's been more good than bad that led to the developments that we have today. And it reminds me a lot of my story, Halcyon Avenging, where the villain thinks that all advancements in human society have been a failure. It considers humanity a failure, except that character wants to take it so far as to genocide humanity. But this person who shared on Facebook would never do that. They're just sharing an idea. Apparently, some Chinese scientists have been able to get mice to grow deer antlers, which I think is interesting. They identified the stem cells that lead to bone development for antlers, and were able to implant those into mice. And they're hoping that that could lead to a development of being able to eventually regrow bones. Or possibly even at some point in the future, even entire limbs. Cat girls fox. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay, alright. There was this meme. I can't find it anymore. Okay, I cannot find it. Actually, I'm gonna try to find it right now. Let me see if I can find this meme. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. So there was this meme I saw years and years ago, right? In which someone was complaining with, they were talking about the year is such and such. I live in like a 10-person polycule in a commune. When I come home from doing my shift at the farm where we grow our food, I just want to go to bed because I'm tired, but no one else in the polycule wants to change the cat girl's litter box. So I have to deal with that. Except now we find out we've gotten a 5th cat girl. So now we need to get more cat girl food, and it was so funny, and it was so unhinged. Hey, no, it is not Abiona. It was a meme from years ago. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I was looking for the meme. It's so hard to find old memes like that. Hold on, I gotta download this. This is actually really funny. Oh my gosh. Why is it a WebP file? Why are you a WebP file? No one likes WebP files. All my homies hate WebP files. I'm glad I keep a PNG converter on my dashboard. There we go. Oh wow, it's after 11:30 already. I got so busy. We'll do this meme, then I'll do my outro. I don't know if you can read this because it's really long. Men don't really want a cat girlfriend cat girl girlfriend, because if they did, they would just date an autistic woman. Cat girl or autistic. Hisses, bites, ignores you, is very particular about things like food. Answer, both. I may not be a woman anymore, but I am autistic, and I'm saying that a real-life cat girl would just be an autistic woman with a tail. And the ears. Those are very important. The ears are very important. Additional similarities will bring you random gifts sometimes that may be meaningless and or gross to you, but mean a lot to her. Naps good. Parallel play is an optimal form of social activity. Sometimes it's just time to scream. Random movement through the house at odd hours as the mood takes her. Oh my gosh. It's so cursed. It's so cursed. I love one of the comments like, excuse me, you don't even know who I am. Why are you calling me out? Cocks head to the side, tilts ears, and as eyes settle. It's so unhinged. But I would argue that the ears are more important for the cat girl aesthetic than the tail. Like, tail is important, but I would argue that the ears are more important. Oh my gosh. What is this? Oh my gosh, I just found something really cursed. There's this meme that says every dollar given to the church is a dollar not spent genetically engineering cat girls for domestic ownership. And then like a bunch of people on Tumblr just started arguing about it because they're like, that's kind of cringy. And like you essentially want to breed a entire race of genetically modified slaves for your own entertainment. And I'm like, you're applying too much logic here. They just want the cat girls. Alrighty. Let's wind down for the night. Alright, so let's call it a night right now. Hold on, why am I looking? I have to like, because I do high power mode, and because I have a camera that's like situated kind of weird, I move how I sit. I have to like calibrate my position multiple times a night, or else I end up just staring at the ceiling. My model is just like staring up at the ceiling, and I'm like, what in the world? Okay. All right, so for those of you who don't know, most of you probably do. I like to end my streams by saying nice and positive things about everyone who came to the stream tonight. So to Nabiru, to Silva, to Debonius, to Okusen, and to anyone else who watched the stream and didn't say anything, and to anyone who watches this VOD afterwards, I want to say I love all of you, and I believe in each and every one of you. I think that every one of you is truly special, one of a kind, precious, and unique. Oh no, Okusen! I hope everything goes all right. I want you all to know that I think that you all make this world a better place by being in it, and I'm grateful every day to live in a world with you in it. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for being a part of this community, and thank you for making my life even better. Always remember the Star Hunter motto: shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always stop to enjoy the memes. One thing I do ask is that you would like the stream if you enjoyed it. Helps me know that if I'm doing something that people are enjoying, and it helps the algorithm with pushing it out to other people. If you have any friends, family, nemesis, coworker, arch enemy, friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, you know, any star-crossed lovers, soulmates, anyone you think might enjoy my content, feel free to show them my content or invite them to the next stream. Today's Friday, so yeah, next stream is going to be Monday, 8:30 p.m. EST. We'll see what happens. Might do gaming, might do writing. We'll see what happens. Yeah, next stream is going to be Monday. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and ding the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I release any new content or whenever I go live. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of YouTube, you can subscribe. You can follow me on X, Twitter, and join my Discord. Links to both of those are down in the description below. I hope that you all have yourselves a wonderful night, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I want you all to know that I think each and every one of you is great. Also, I want you all to know that I do this as a hobby. I never want any of you to feel obligated to donate or to give. I never want anyone to feel like they have to give in order to be welcome here or to be a member of this community. But with that said, I am grateful to everyone who has given and donated in the past that have helped me do things and helped make so many things in my life possible. Thank you to everyone who has helped over the years so much. And if any of you ever feel motivated to donate to improve the stream, to improve my life, to help me out with any number of things, there are links below where you can do that as well. Have yourselves a wonderful night, everybody. Next stream is going to be Monday, 8:30 p.m. EST.